Hey Sagittarius, I just pulled cards for you, and honestly what came through about this confession situation is something I need to share with you right away, because the energy here is really intense and layered. So I shuffled my deck thinking about this person who has something to confess to you, and the first card that came out is the Ten of Pentacles, and when I saw this card I immediately got this sense that whatever this confession is about, it involves something long-term and established. This is not some casual fling confession or some minor thing they need to get off their chest. The Ten of Pentacles represents legacy, family structures, established security. And when it shows up in a confession reading like this, it tells me that what they need to tell you has been building for a very long time. This could be someone who has been holding on to feelings while they were in another relationship or while you were in another relationship. The Ten of Pentacles has this energy of everything looking perfect on the outside. You know that family portrait where everyone is smiling but there are secrets being held. This person might have been maintaining an image of having it all together, having their life sorted out, maybe even being in what looks like a stable situation to everyone else. But underneath all of that external stability there has been this truth they have been carrying about their feelings for you. What strikes me about this card is that their confession is not going to be light or casual. When someone comes to you with Ten of Pentacles energy, they are talking about wanting to build something lasting with you. They are not confessing some fleeting attraction. They are confessing that they see you as someone they want to create a whole life with. This might shock you because maybe you thought you were just friends, or maybe you had no idea they felt this way while they were busy building their conventional life. The confession involves them admitting that despite all their attempts to follow the traditional path and do what was expected of them, they could not stop thinking about what life could be like with you. The next card I pulled is the Ace of Cups, and oh Sagittarius, this confirms that what they want to confess is about love. Pure, new, overflowing love. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of an emotional journey, and it represents the overflow of feelings that can no longer be contained. This person has reached a point where their heart is so full of emotion for you that they physically cannot keep it inside anymore. You know that feeling when you shake up a bottle of soda and the pressure builds and builds until you have to open it and it just explodes everywhere. That is the energy of their confession. The Ace of Cups tells me that their feelings are pure and genuine. This is not manipulation or game playing. This is someone whose heart has been touched by you in such a profound way that they need to express it. What I find really interesting here is that the Ace represents a new beginning in the emotional realm. Even if you two have known each other for years, what they are confessing represents a new chapter for them emotionally. Maybe they just recently realized the depth of their feelings. Maybe something happened that made them see you in a completely different light. Or maybe they have been in denial about their feelings for so long and they finally had this moment of clarity where they could not lie to themselves anymore. The cup is overflowing in this card, which tells me their confession is going to be emotional. They might cry. They might struggle to find the right words because the feelings are so intense. This is not going to be a cool and collected confession. This is going to be raw and vulnerable. They are going to stand in front of you emotionally naked, basically offering you their heart with both hands and hoping you do not drop it. Then I pull the Two of Pentacles, and this card is really telling because it shows me that this person has been juggling their feelings. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance and managing multiple things at once. And in this context, it tells me that leading up to this confession, this person has been trying to balance their external life with their internal truth. They might have been balancing a relationship with someone else while having feelings for you. They might have been balancing their practical responsibilities with their heart's desires. They might have been juggling what their family or friends expect of them versus what they actually want. This card has this energy of someone who has been doing a very careful dance, trying to keep everything in motion without dropping any of the balls they are juggling. But here is the thing about the Two of Pentacles. It is not sustainable forever. Eventually you get tired. Eventually one of those balls has to drop. And their confession to you represents them deciding to stop juggling and just be honest about what they really want. What this tells me is that their confession might come with some context about why they waited so long to tell you. They might explain that they were trying to figure things out, or that they were scared, or that they were trying to do the responsible thing. There is definitely an element here of them having felt torn between different options or different paths. But the Two of Pentacles also suggests adaptability, and I think part of their confession will involve them telling you that they are ready to make changes in their life to be with you. They are not just confessing their feelings and expecting you to fit into their existing structure. They are willing to reorganize their whole life if it means having a chance with you. The Hierophant came out next, and this is where things get even more interesting. Sagittarius, because the Hierophant represents tradition, conventional values, social structures, and doing things the proper way. In the context of this confession, I am getting that either this person is coming from a very traditional background, or the reason they held back from confessing to you earlier had to do with societal expectations. The Hierophant can represent family approval, religious beliefs, cultural norms, or just the idea of following the rules that society has laid out. This person might be confessing to you that they have been living according to what others expected of them rather than following their heart. Maybe they were in a relationship that looked good on paper, that their family approved of, that checked all the conventional boxes, but it was not authentic to what they truly wanted. Or maybe they come from a background where they were taught that you do not act on feelings unless certain conditions are met. And now they are breaking free from those constraints to be honest with you. The Hierophant can also indicate that their confession might be delivered in a somewhat formal or serious way. This is not going to be a casual text message confession. They might ask to meet you in person. They might plan out what they want to say. There is a weight and gravity to how they approach this. Another layer of the Hierophant is that this person might be confessing that they want something traditional with you. They might be telling you that they do not just want to date casually. They are thinking about marriage, commitment, building a proper life together. This is someone who, when they confess their feelings, they are also confessing their intentions, and their intentions are serious and long-term. Now the Four of Pentacles appeared, and I need to talk about this because it adds another dimension to understanding why this confession is happening now. The Four of Pentacles represents holding on tightly, control, security, and sometimes fear of loss. This tells me that this person has been holding on to these feelings for a while. They have been guarding their heart, keeping their emotions locked away, maintaining control over the situation by not revealing the truth. The Four of Pentacles often shows up when someone is being protective or possessive, and, in this case, I think they have been protective of their own vulnerability. They did not want to risk rejection, so they held on to their secret. They did not want to disrupt their secure situation, so they kept their feelings private. But the Four of Pentacles also indicates that holding on so tightly becomes exhausting and limiting. By not confessing, they have been limiting the possibility of something real developing between you two. There is also this energy with the Four of Pentacles of someone who has been watching you, maybe from a distance, and feeling possessive even though they had no claim to you. Like maybe they felt jealous when you dated other people, but they could not say anything because they had not been honest about their own feelings. Their confession might include them admitting that it has been painful for them to watch you live your life while they stayed silent. Another aspect of this card is that it can represent someone who is financially stable or focused on material security, and their confession might involve them being ready to share that security with you or build something financially stable together. The Devil card showed up next in Sagittarius. This is significant because the Devil represents obsession, intense attraction, feeling bound to someone or something, and those shadow aspects of desire that we do not always want to admit. In the context of their confession, the Devil tells me that their feelings for you have an intense, almost obsessive quality. This is not just a sweet crush. This is someone who has been consumed by thoughts of you. They might confess that they think about you constantly, that they compare everyone else to you, that they have tried to move on or ignore these feelings, but they feel almost addicted to the idea of you. The Devil can represent physical attraction and chemistry, so part of their confession definitely involves them being attracted to you on a primal level. There is sexual tension here that they can no longer ignore. But the Devil also represents feeling trapped or bound, and I think part of what they are confessing is that they have felt trapped by their own feelings. Like they have been living in this prison of wanting you but not having you, and it has been torture for them. They might tell you that keeping this secret has been eating away at them, that it has affected other areas of their life because they cannot stop thinking about you. The shadow side of the Devil also suggests that their confession might reveal some things that surprise you about the intensity of their feelings, or about situations where they were present in your life in ways you did not fully realize. This card can sometimes indicate someone who has been watching your social media obsessively, or finding excuses to be around you, or asking mutual friends about you. Their confession will likely include admitting to behaviors or thoughts that they feel somewhat embarrassed about because of how intense they were. Then I pulled the Three of Swords and my heart, Sagittarius, because this card represents heartbreak, pain, and emotional wounds. In this reading, the Three of Swords tells me that part of their confession involves them admitting to pain they have caused either to themselves, to you, or to someone else. The Three of Swords is really honest and raw, and it suggests that their confession is not going to be all romantic and sweet. There is going to be an acknowledgement of hurt. They might confess that they hurt you in the past because they were too scared to admit their real feelings. Maybe they pushed you away or acted like they did not care when actually they cared too much. Or maybe they are confessing that they are currently in a situation where their honesty is going to cause pain to someone else, like if they are ending another relationship to be able to pursue things with you. The Three of Swords can also indicate that they have been in pain from keeping this secret. The three swords piercing the heart represents how painful it has been for them to love you in silence. Every time they saw you, they felt that pierce. Every time they had to pretend they felt nothing, they felt that wound deepen. Their confession might include them breaking down about how difficult this has been for them. Another interpretation is that they might be confessing something that could initially hurt you to hear. Maybe they will admit that they were not always truthful with you about certain things because they were protecting their secret. Or maybe they will confess that there were moments when you were vulnerable and they were not there for you the way they should have been because they were dealing with their own conflicted feelings. The Three of Swords is about truth that cuts, but it is also about necessary truth. Sometimes we need to lance a wound before it can heal. The Wheel of Fortune appeared, and this card is really powerful here because it represents fate, cycles, turning points, and divine timing. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that this confession is not random. This is a fated moment. The wheel has turned and it is time for this truth to come out. You know how sometimes in life you can feel like things are moving and shifting, and you are entering a new chapter. That is what is happening here. The Wheel of Fortune suggests that circumstances have changed in a way that makes this confession possible now when maybe it was not possible before. Maybe they just ended another relationship. Maybe you just became single. Maybe you moved to the same city. Maybe you both went through experiences that brought you to a place where you are ready for this truth. The wheel turning also represents karma and destiny. And I think there is an element here of this person feeling like you two are meant to be together, and that the universe has been pushing them toward this confession. They might tell you that they feel like this is meant to be. That too many coincidences have happened. That they keep seeing signs that point them back to you. The Wheel of Fortune also reminds us that what goes up must come down and what goes down must come up. If there was a time when you two could not be together for whatever reason, that cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. Their confession represents them taking action at this turning point rather than just letting the wheel spin without them. There is an element of surrender to fate here, but also of actively choosing to participate in what destiny is offering. The Nine of Pentacles came through, and I love this because it shows me that this person is coming to you from a place of independence and self-sufficiency. The Nine of Pentacles represents someone who has done the work on themselves, who has built a good life, who is comfortable in their own skin. This is not someone confessing out of desperation or neediness. They have their own life figured out. They are financially stable. They are emotionally mature. They are independent. And from that place of wholeness they are choosing to confess their feelings to you. This is really important because it means their confession is not about needing you to complete them or fix them. It is about wanting to share their already abundant life with you. The Nine of Pentacles has this energy of refinement and quality, and I think this person is going to present their confession in a way that shows they have really thought about what they want to say and how they want to approach you. There is elegance here. There is maturity. They are not going to be sloppy or impulsive about it. They know their worth and they recognize your worth, and they want to see if something beautiful can be created between two people who are already whole on their own. This card also suggests that part of their confession might involve talking about the life they have built and how they see you fitting into it, or how they would be willing to blend their life with yours. They might talk about practical things like where you would live, or how you would navigate your careers together, because the Nine of Pentacles is very grounded in reality. The last card I pulled is the Queen of Pentacles, and this brings such a nurturing and grounded energy to close out this reading. The Queen of Pentacles represents someone who is practical, caring, generous, and focused on creating comfort and security. In the context of this confession, I think this card is showing me the quality of love that this person wants to offer you. They are not just confessing feelings. They are confessing that they want to take care of you, support you, build a comfortable life with you. The Queen of Pentacles is the energy of someone who will make you soup when you are sick, who will remember the little things that matter to you, who will work hard to provide a secure foundation for your relationship. This person is confessing that they see themselves in a caretaker role in your life. Not in a controlling way but in a generous and supportive way. They want to be your person, your partner in the truest sense. The Queen of Pentacles also suggests that their confession will include practical discussions about the future. They are not just talking about feelings in the abstract. They are talking about real plans and real commitment. This is someone who has thought about what a relationship with you would actually look like in day-to-day life. They have probably imagined coming home to you, cooking dinner together, managing finances together, all those practical aspects of partnership that the Queen of Pentacles excels at. There is also a maternal quality to this card, and I wonder if part of their confession involves talking about long-term future things like whether they see children in their future with you or how they imagine your life unfolding together over the years. So Sagittarius, when I look at all these cards together, the story that emerges is pretty clear. This person who is about to confess to you is someone who has been carrying these feelings for a long time. They come from a place of wanting tradition and stability, but they have been trapped by their own fears and by external expectations. They have been juggling responsibilities and trying to maintain control, but underneath it all they have been obsessed with you in a way they could not shake. The confession is going to be emotional and raw, and it might involve acknowledging pain and mistakes from the past. But it is also coming from someone who is independent and mature, and ready to offer you real partnership and real commitment. The timing of this confession is not accidental. The universe has been turning the wheels behind the scenes to bring you both to this moment. What they are going to tell you will probably shock you because of how long they have been holding it and how intense their feelings actually are. This is not going to be a casual conversation. This is someone laying their cards on the table, pun intended, and being completely vulnerable with you about wanting to build a life together. How you respond is up to you, of course, but I wanted you to be prepared for the depth and seriousness of what is coming your way. This person is not playing games. They are ready to show up for you in a real and committed way if you are open to it. I hope this reading gave you some insight into the energy surrounding this confession, Sagittarius. Trust your intuition when the moment comes, and remember that you deserve someone who is willing to be honest and vulnerable with you even when it is scary for them.